should I trust him? Because everybody know old tax season Paul. Tax season Paul, he gonna make you pay in April. You know what idea what that's? That's what they call it, old tax season Paul. Because he make you pay in April. But I need to see what...
I'm not laughing.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, I know you're not laughing because you already know how it's gonna end. You already know because you've seen this movie before. Your favorite movie, you watch it probably how many times?
Which movie?
Your favorite, Wizard of Oz, probably your favorite.
Yeah, I do. Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard, you watched it?
Probably up to 22.
No hiding.
Yeah.
You've been watching Paul George for the last 7 years in the playoffs. You already know how it's going to end, don't you? You just don't want to admit it. He's playing phenomenal.
Okay, so how much do you trust him going into the playoffs? Scale of 1 to 10. Seriously, how much do you trust Paul George?
I gave him 3.
A 3.
3, possible 4.
Maybe 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than I thought you would give me.
Yeah.
Right?
I gave him 3, possible 4.
Okay, so another night, another bizarre post-game quote from Playoff P.
See, you keep keeping pressure because you keep calling the Playoff P.
Okay, well, I have no idea what he was talking about last night about this breakthrough, so he's trying to explain he has an ongoing foot issue.
Yeah.
And he decided, I'm just going to make peace with it and just play through it. Well, that's kind of how you have to do it,
Yeah,
right?
that's kind of how you...
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Most players
right?
play with something, Skip.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like, and your revelation came from where? I don't know.
Right.
It just dawned on him, maybe I should just go out there and just play through it.
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay,
yeah.
And he did, and you know what? There are nights, I watched this whole game last night at Indiana.
He was phenomenal, Skip.
Hey, he was phenomenal. I mean, he was big time. He looked top 5-ish last night.
Yes.
36. He led the team with 8 assists. He had 7 rebounds. He made 4 threes. He is making 44% of his three-point shots this year. Is that good? That's great. That's a career high for him. When he goes up from 3, I'm usually like, money. He is on an incredible roll. And remember, a week ago, Shaq went out of his way on live TV to say, I'm not going to ask you a question in this interview. I'm just going to compliment you.
Right.
He said, I'm proud of you.
Right.
For manning up and against all the backlash that he got, right? Okay, I get all that. But I do have trepidation only about him. I don't have trepidation about this team.
Okay.
But he's been doing it in the absence of his co-star.
Right.
No Kawhi, all PG. That was hard. Remember, he played there, so maybe he rises and shines when he goes back to Indiana.
Yeah, Skip, you know, they traded him. You know, I got beef with you.
But he wanted out.
Yeah, he wanted. But, Skip, I think the thing is, and because you have to understand now, PG, when he was in Indiana, he played without another co-star. So he's had to scale his game back somewhat, playing with Russ, scale his game back somewhat, playing alongside Kawhi. You just can't, well, I mean, if you really want to be successful as a team, somebody have to scale it back. And he's willing to do that. You see, he scales back. Hey, he ain't got no problem. Hey, Russ, this your show. I'm coming in. He ain't got no problem. Nobody can ever question Paul George's skill level. Because, Skip, he can shoot the 3, pull up in your face. He can put it on the floor, get to the mid-range. He can finish at the rim. He's another solid free throw shooter. Paul George's mid-range is fine.
By the way, he's 90% from the free throw line.
Yeah, Skip, now I don't believe he's the same defensive player because it's hard, Skip, to devote that kind of intensity on the defensive end and still have to give your team sometime between 28 and 35 on a nightly basis. But Paul George is as good a two-way player as we have in the league. Nobody questioned that. The problem that people have is that far too many times over the past couple of years, Skip, we've seen him come up small when it matters the most. That's it. Can't question his game in the regular season. But if he'd never, Skip, if he'd never came out there and sat at that podium with Russ and Carmelo and said his name was Playoff P, you and I both know he would not be getting this kind of criticism.
No, he wouldn't be Pandemic P, right? And then he fell all apart in the bubble, and he said he faced depression, he needed counseling, and they crumbled right on schedule against Denver, obviously up 3-1.
Right.
And he took the brunt of it. Kawhi took a lot of it, too.
Right, and rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Here's my view of Paul George, who, when he was in Indiana up against LeBron, I sometimes call George Paul because he is not an alpha. He is not the leader. He is not the go-to superstar of a team. He is a complementary star. Not a super, but he's complementary. I have been proud of him this year because he is fighting back, and he's taken a lot of crap every night from just about everybody, starting with Devin Booker. People are just all over him, trash talking him. You know, you show a little weakness, and they're going to be
absolutely.
all over
You know it's predatory behavior in sports.
It's predatory. But here's the point. This team is absolutely loaded. So all they need from him is on a nightly basis for him to be the complementary star to Kawhi. Because look what they're doing. Look at Marcus Morris Sr. He's having his best year yet. Seriously. Ever. He takes 3 threes last night and made all three of them. Oh. And right now, Rondo is coming off the bench, but he is going to be the closer of this team. Reggie Jackson, they're continuing to pat him on the head and give him his due as the starting point guard of this team. Reggie is a 2-guard who can get you 30 on any given night if needed. If you don't pay any attention to him, he will get you 30.
But he ain't gonna get nobody no sets. He's trying to get his shot, not anybody else their shot.
He is not. He's not the point guard, and obviously he had 4 assists last night in 30 minutes. Not terrible, but the point is, Nicholas Batum is now coming off the bench, and look what he did last night. He blocked 5 shots. This team can keep coming. Terrence Mann has become a basketball player who contributes at the highest level.
That's what made Lou Will expendable.
I know. I agree.
His play.
That is exactly right. You can't tell me that the great Jerry West, who oversees his team, didn't say, you know what? We're good.
Right.
We got Terrence Mann.
Because Skip, we got to get him more minutes because you playing Lou Will. Lou Will was cutting to his minutes. Let's give this kid more minutes. I agree with you. Rondo didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but look at his plus minus. Plus 14 in less than 19 minutes.
And he brought them
Batum
home.
was 22. I mean, the guy they're playing extremely well. Like you said, Andre Drummond can't get rid of the big penguin. I don't think Paul George could ever get over Pandemic P.
He probably won't until they win a championship, or at least win the West and get to the finals. That would do it. This team is still leading the NBA in three-point shooting and free throw shooting. To me, that will translate.
Yeah, and they're on a pace to break Dallas's offensive efficiency record last year.
They are.
So they're way ahead. I mean, they're way ahead in the efficiency thing. Skip, they're like 119, 120 to 116.
Okay, so I want to know, scale of 1 to 10, how scared you are of the Clippers. That's the key question.
LeBron coming back?
Yes.
AD coming back?
I think so, but I'm not as sure about that one. I'm sure about LeBron because he's just resting up right now.
See, there you go. There you go. I knew you were going to do that, Skip. I know you're going to do it. It ain't no resting.
It's obvious he is, and it's okay.
It ain't no obvious. Skip, you saw the man get hurt.
I'm complimenting you.
No, I want no compliment.
I'm blessing this.
No, I don't want you to bless.
He needed to rest, and he got his excuse.
See?
I don't think
I knew you was going to do this. I ain't scared of nothing.
Those words. Are the Cowboys about to lose a key piece of their defense to an NFC rival? Let me explain.
Bye-bye.
Next.
No mercy.